Hey guys, so a few of you saw this project in the background. This is a 1974 Toyota Corolla TE27. I've had this car since '96 after I graduated from high school, and it's been with me ever since. So a brief history of it is it had original stock 2TC in it. It's original SR5. It has the metal flares. These are not fiberglass or copies, but through the years it served its purpose. It was a street car. I used to drive it on the street. Had a stock 2TC in it, which graduated to a 3TC, which then graduated to a 3TG twin spark, and ended up turbocharging on top of that, and I ended up selling that and went back to the original 3T turbo. Oh, I put it outside, but I was gonna build a 3TC turbo. Then I picked up the wagon, and I put all of the parts that were supposed to go into this car into the wagon. And so yeah, it's had its fair of battle scars, dents, rust, whatever you want to call it, but ended up just, oh no, I got dents here. Shit, it started rusting. Wow, that's what I get for letting it sit. So now it's the last time I worked on it was actually fitting the Beams 3SGE motor that I got lying here on this engine start stand that I built. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I do have videos of it. I'll just put a link in the description. It runs. Got it from a JDM importer out here locally, and I'm switching out to individual throttle bodies that I picked up from Panic. It came with their full engine harness and everything else. The suspension on it are some OG ground controls. I don't know if you guys can see that. Ground controls on the iBox spring. Yeah, it's a Kiko shock. These wheels were originally on my 240, but I sold the 240. He gave me the wheels back, and so I got these XXRs that were actually on the wagon first before I went to Koenig Rewinds. So you can see the Koenig Rewinds there, and these are the XXRs that I had shortened and dropped down. So in the next couple of videos, I'm probably going to clean this up, finish my transmission tunnel. Back to what I was saying. Jeez, I'm all over the place with this car. I originally fitted it to Beams 3SGE. I had to cut the firewall and push it back. The engine, actually, the number 4 cylinder is intake port is almost inside the cockpit. So I had to push the firewall back and rebuild the transmission tunnel, because I am using the 6-speed tranny that came with it. So I think I wanted to originally just make this a track car since I have a cage, but I think I'm going to make this a Resto mod, so it'll be on the street a little bit, and majority of it will be track day. But since I got the track day bug, I think that making this a streetable Resto mod would be a cool, you know, that way I could go to car shows and stuff, and Cars and Coffee and whatever, and I can still have some fun on the track, and it'll be safe enough for the track. I don't really know the cage that my buddy Dave and I built first. This is before I got the tube bender and everything, so I think it will pass tech, but I'm more worried about my head hitting the halo here. I might have to rid the halo bar and bend new, but we'll see. Oh, converted to rack and pinion. This is from a Starlet rack. Had to make my own mounts, of course. This is the stock cross member, and these mounts are universal mounts for the beams. I just welded that in. I'm using a MR2 steering rack. It has a tilt on it, and the intermediate shaft right there goes right through. I had to rebuild this whole section here. So I think I'm just going to get this into, gotta put some paint on this car. This thing is about to rust. I have a few holes that I have to fix. I know I have one bad one here that I just found right up in here. I don't know if you guys can see that. That right there. Fix that. Sand the car down. Get into epoxy primer, especially on the bare metal parts like here. And put a filler primer on it. Painstaking, time-consuming labor work of block sanding the whole thing. And I'll probably paint this thing that Ford deep blue that they got on the market. It'll be all documented on this series, guys. So, oh, I had to replace the front radiator support because it was rusted out. As you can tell, my spot welds. I have to actually grind that down and putty it up. This used to be the battery tray, which was leaking. I'm gonna probably cut that out, fiberglass it up, or yeah, a lot of work. As you can see, 1974. I got a sparkle seat because it's the only thing that'll fit, reclinable at that too. I kind of wish I had the fix back, but it's the only thing that will fit in this car because of the wide transmission tunnel I had to do for the 6-speed. It's the only thing that'll fit. So maybe I'll go with a fiberglass seat, maybe a thinner seat. As you can tell, that my bolsters here for my shoulders, I guess that's 20 degrees. I might have to raise this, raise the harness bar up a little bit. But we'll see. Oh, trunk. I got a stock trunk lid, which I might try to like make a fiberglass copy of, because as you can tell, it's not in good shape. It's rusted out, got holes. But I might do a fiberglass trunk lid. I have a fiberglass hood that was that I picked up from a buddy of mine, Tom Carter. Thank you. It goes over the top here. I just don't have it on right now because I was doing all the engine work. But stay tuned for this build. I think I'll probably do something about, if it's a Resto mod, I don't know. What am I going to do about headliner with this cage? I don't know what I'm going to do about carpet, if I should dynamite it to keep it quiet. The dash, it never really had the stock dash in it. It was horrible when I got the car. So I pretty much trashed it and went my own gauges anyways. So as you can tell, it had 6x9s in the back. It had 6x9s in the rear. I don't know what I'm going to do about radio. I'll leave that all up to whatever I come with when I get to it. But other than that, priority is getting this thing into paint, fixing the body, making fiberglass stuff, yada yada. Stay tuned. Peace. As always, cleaning up, I decided to come up with a plan of attack for this thing. So I think I'm just going to finish up the engine bay. I'm just going to probably just sand everything down and get an epoxy primer and grind down all these welds. Paint. Start off with the epoxy primer and then use the top coat. I think I got this Ford deep blue. Gotta fill all these holes. And hopefully that'll keep me motivated to stay on the project. Suspension came out, so here's my to-do list that I put up here. Hopefully I get to it in time. Peace, guys.